So Powers is a cult, as many people say.
Yes, I'd say it's a cult, honestly, because once you're in, there's no going out. And if you go out, you'll just find yourself back in. Honestly, yeah.
Drama club ya huko bro is like a cult.
I am Wycliffe Uhere, aka Musiani, and this is
My name is Mudhui Bilhawangari. I am a second year student at the Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. I am an actress, a model, and a powerhouse member. Yes. I started acting when I was in class 4. That was back in 2013. From 2013 till now, I've been in theater doing drama, in drama festivals. Yes.
Welcome to Laser Hill, where success is a habit and not a rabbit.
Come to think of it, success can actually be a rabbit.
Aye?
You have to chase it, catch it in order to have it.
Welcome to the home of champions.
And for Powerhouse, I came to learn about Powerhouse when I was in high school. Yes, because some of my friends were in Powerhouse, so I was being influenced to go watch all their performances, and I was like, I really want to be in this club.
Me being part of Powerhouse has influenced my life as an actor, and also in the purpose that I believe is mine. So it has made me to become good at what I like doing.
It has opened up so many opportunities because, as you know, Powerhouse has given birth to so many stars, not one, not two, very many. So once you start talking to them, they start impacting your life positively, in that they start telling you whatever is in the industry, whatever you're going to get there. They teach you so many things. Not only that, but also the students who are there, we all learn. We're all learning. We're all in a learning process. And yeah, I feel like we've learned so much just being in Powerhouse. For a year, I've learned so much.
I
know, right?
I know.
I have a personal touch with Bilha because Bilha, I have been able to adjudicate her at lower level. You remember she came all the way from Lions Primary School. And in Lions, when she was in Lions Primary, she was the best actress. While she was there, she moved on to Laser Hill Academy, where she also became the best actress.
Welcome to Laser Hill, where success is a habit and not a rabbit.
I have followed her even before she came to KMC with her mother and her trainer, Madam Lilian Madigo, who's her trainer at Lions and her trainer at Laser Hill Academy. So when I noticed that earlier, Madam Madiko told me, please, I don't want this girl to go to another university, to any other college. I want her to come to a school where she loves to do her thing. So she's somebody I've known from the word go, and she's going places. I have also been able to link up with Madam Catherine Wamoyo, the producer and founder of Tide High. I have also introduced her to Tide High, and she's doing pretty well.
I see her as a very calm lady. And when she gets on stage, you know, what I've learned from her from the stage is, most of the time when actors and actresses go to the stage, they want to reveal themselves. That's the main thing. But when you act with Bilha, she actually brings the best out of you. You see, she makes you push. Not because she's giving you pressure, because she has given you that space. So she's a very, very wonderful actress in dimensions that I cannot fathom or even explain.
I'm saying I'll go far because, of course, she loves what she's doing. She would have gone to any other college, any other university to do anything, but she loved doing what she has done from primary. Laboso is also another case. It was at a railway training institute, and at some point I met him and he said, I want to change from railway, come to KMC. And when he came to KMC, he began from square one. He didn't want to move and start at a later stage, and began from square one. So these two people, that a gentleman and a lady, I see them going very far. And of course, you know Laboso very well. Carried the play this year, was the lead actor in our English play. And our English play performed very, very well from the very beginning at the regionals up to national. And I would want to see him go far. The kind of demeanor they have, the kind of prowess they have, they can actually go far. And I want to see them. We never have any endorsement, any reference to any would-be producers out there, be it in theatre or film. I still feel that indeed I would still be able to second them to those particular spaces. And I see them going very far.
Well, we have directors who have different items. So when the directors come, they already have their set ready. So we do auditions for the members, for them to know, for the directors to know if they fit that particular role, be it in dance, be it in a play, choral verse, any of them.
Oh my, what a joke, what a performance.
We do a very robust program where we try as much as we can to identify first years who have arrived, and we take them through orientation program, and we do registration. And when we do registration, we now call them upon, and they come for what we call auditioning. We may just be good in drumming, you may be good in just relation, you may be good in acting, very authoritative roles, laid-back roles. So when we bring this, mixed grill of talent, we begin to identify who can do what. You may be good actor, you may be good actress, but you are good actress in Kiswahili, you are good actress in English.
But however, whether you are fresher or you are tired idea, and you are available for us, we will give you any role or supporting.
So we begin identifying your specific talent in whichever areas you are stronghold, and we manipulate that particular strength. You may be good at comedian, just to come in a play and provide light moments.
Sasa kitu unataka nimemwaga maji hapo ndio iende iingie kwa socket tuchomeke.
And add life in the play. If the play was coming down, you add some life in it. So each one of us have some talent, and we do nurture, and we provide that opportunity for all of them to come together, and we identify your strength, your little strength, your hard strength, all of it, and provide that mixed grill of talent, and we put it together.
It's crazy. Let me just say it's usually crazy, but crazy in a good way. Because once you're in Powerhouse, it usually gets into your system. Because you'll have classes, you'll have work, and you'll have Powerhouse. So even if you're anywhere, you'll be saying, I have Powerhouse. At the end of the day, I have Powerhouse. Because we usually meet from 8:30 p.m. till late, till whatever time we'll have to finish. So you'll finish up all the works you have, go have your supper, come back for Powerhouse. Because they usually give you an ample time to finish up everything during the day, so that by the end of the day, you have Powerhouse, and after that, you just go rest.
Me, I don't know another organization that works like that. Maybe military. People used to rehearse until 3 a.m. You sleep for 2 hours, 5 a.m. mnaamka road work. It was both physical and mental. Lazima mkue 100. Best club in the world.
During the day, if it's very urgent, they usually call up for meetings very early and in advance, so that they don't mess up with your work. And for example, if you have something very urgent that you can't miss, usually just talk to the chairperson, the vice chair, or any official, explain yourself, and you'll be excused. So it's not usually a lot of work, but you just have unafaa kuwa umejipanga vizuri.
Powerhouse ndio kila kitu yangu ilianzia bana. Unajua through Powerhouse that nilikuwa scouted na talent scouts kutoka Citizen TV. Tulikuwa tumeenda drama festivals Nyeri when I was in second year. So pale Nyeri tukaenda tukaua mbaya. Nilikuwa best actor na best performing artist. Hiyo time Citizen walikuwa wanatafuta actors juu walikuwa na show mpya inaitwa Tahidi High. Ilikuwa maybe in third or fourth season. So wakakuja Nyeri kuangalia talent hapo drama festival. So wase host wenye tulikuja tawazi hiyo siku, hapo ndio tuliangukia mazee tukapata job Tahidi High.
Young man. Come here.
Yo, man. Stop.
We have had quite a history of nurturing talent, and our slogan is we don't buy talent, we nurture talent.
Team Loyal, hashtag we nurture talent, hashtag we do not buy talent.
I want to look at from the very beginning. My first success story is with Vincent Atea. Vincent Atea, way back in 2000. I was just very new at KMC, and that's the time now we had the narrative, oral narrative being presented as a competitive item at the national. 2000, now when they said we are going to compete, and Vincent Atea performed the slasher, which of course was the title of the narrative, and that narrative went far. Vincent Atea is one of the alumni, I would say, that propelled me to begin to think in terms of trying to look for this talent from high school and bring it on board. He came from St. Aquinas High School here in Nairobi.
Unapiga chini kucha linatoka, linapona, la pili tena linangoka, la tatu mkicheza tena chopongoto, unajua basi wewe sasa ni mtoto wa Kiafrika.
And we began now asking who is doing what, and of course I have quite a good rapport between me and teachers of drama in high school. Whenever I see some talent out there, I would want to say, Mwalimu, when this kid has done his Form 4, please could you bring him to KMC? So Vincent Atea will be one of them. I have Pierre McKenna. You are very much aware that Vincent Atea is one of the best, radio presenter, and of course managing Radio Citizen. We have had Pierre McKenna. Pierre McKenna is the best female DJ in Africa. From that time, we are moving on, coming to Atieno Otieno. Atieno Otieno is now a minister in Homa Bay County. We have, from there, moving on to Dennis Itumbi. Dennis Itumbi is now the advisor to the president in terms of the digital economy. From there, I'm moving on to likes of Abel Mutua and Philip Karanja, the producers and managers and founders of Philip Production. I have Nyugush Jigush, the best comedian we have in this country.
Nikafikiwa, Jeff Ayoma uko sawa Nikafikiwa. Yes my lord. Yani watu wanacheka.
Habakuk! Habakuk! Yes, my lord! Habakuk! Yes, my lord!
Ile swali hata anaenda kuniambia kunituma tena. Inabidi kwanza ngoja wasee waanze kumaliza. Akinini na mimi niko kama kale kaguka. Everything
that's why it connects.
Everything in life, and that's why was you assume vitu cause kitu moja kwa history yote kama haingefanyika. Maybe singekuwa hapa.
I push on to OJ. I am pushing on to people like Okumu, Frederick Okumu. I'm pushing on to Frederick Muitiriri. I'm pushing on to Aziad Nasenya and many other students who have passed through Powerhouse and are doing pretty well in the industry. So we have this kind of team that has been on board. We move forward and come to the very best, of course, in mentioning Maroso Ronald with his play at Nairobi, Lenana School. That was, what was the title? State of the Funeral. Very interesting. The comedy in English, and we have never had a comedy in English like that.
The dead are asleep. This is an honorable funeral home. My friend, we are going to cause a failure. You know what to do. If you have any issues with the deceased, go sort it out with the wife.
That was the best comedy ever, and people broke doors and windows to come and watch that play. And we are moving on and moving on. So my moments have been very huge, but I'm only able to mention a few of them that I can be able to put my hands on and say yes. Other than having the biggest number of the most captivating productions, I have that. And of course, again, we have the dance in Kisumu 2017. Yeah, Singwe. We had the best costume ever, the costume that was very captivating, and the dance went to State House Kisumu, and that time of course we had the then President Uhuru Kenyatta coming over and enjoying the dance. So the moments have been very enormous. I would just mention one or two, but every moment we run on stage, whenever we KMC, Powerhouse arrives at the National Festival, everybody's aware, from the chairman, Professor CJ Odhiambo, to the executive secretary, James Indumuli. Everybody is excited about KMC arrival. And our items have been very heavy in terms of, even students of theatre do come to watch our plays, because our plays are very full of in terms of content, and have a very strong narratives that most students of theatre would want to look at it and see how then, of course, we've been able to develop our script from exposition to conflict and then to resolution. Many would want to look at that and say, yes, this would be a piece that we can use as a model for critique in the theatre.
We love to sing the wonders of Powerhouse. Powerhouse, you are my club. Oh, we love to sing the wonders of Powerhouse. It was my first time ever going up on stage. Not only going up on stage, but dancing, doing a traditional dance. All my life, I've been doing plays, choral verses, solo verses, but never a traditional dance. So I remember we had our attires on, paint all over, and the drums started. My heart was pounding. Hey, honestly, nothing can ever get to that moment. My heart was pounding, and I remember people started singing. You even forget how to sing at a moment. So you get back into action, you start singing, and then when you enter the stage, it's like, I honestly don't know what is there, but there's just something you start dancing, you remember each and every step. And mind you, yes, your head is there, your body is there, but it's like you're watching it from aside. And I remember we did 15 minutes, and after the 15 minutes, I was like, wow, did I just do that? That was angelic, honestly. That was the most angelic feeling I've ever felt. And it gave me a reason to keep going, because after that, we had 2 other performances where I was the main character, and the other one, I was part of the cast. And I was like, wow, okay, if that's the feeling I'm going to be having on that stage, fine, because that was the first item we had, and that was the first item I ever performed for Powerhouse. And at the back of my head, I was like, yes, this is why they call it Powerhouse. This is an actual powerhouse. Not just the name, but the meaning behind the name. It's a powerhouse. When you get up on that stage, when you do what you do, when you do what you love, and you get out of the stage and you're like, yes, this is a powerhouse. So yeah. So there's this time we were having a performance in NYS. It was our regional level, and we were doing dance. So the stage was really small, like very small. So when we were performing, you see, when people are getting out of stage, some other people are coming in, there was no space behind the backdrops. So there was so much commotion at the back. Everyone was just confused. But the beauty about all of it was, by the time your time was coming to go into stage, you were already in position, and everything just went smoothly. Other memorable moments was when we won the regional level. It was an unforgettable moment, because for me personally, it was my first time. So I was like, wow, if this is how it feels to win when I'm in college, then it was the best feeling ever. So yeah.
Powerhouse is one of the greatest clubs in Kenya Institute of Mass Communication because of what they have produced. Yeah, you know, Powerhouse actually gives a mirror of what Kenya Mass is. What wanasemanga Kenya Mass is Kenya Institute of Making Celebrities. You know, so Powerhouse actually mirrors that. It pushes you, it makes you learn a lot. And then I'd wonder, why are you in Kenya Mass or even close to Kenya Mass and you haven't joined Powerhouse? You grow in your mind, emotionally, get to know people, you know, interact, go to experiences. Like our national was in Mombasa. Hey, gosh. You know, yes, you're going to act, but the experience it gives you, it's something that will remain in your memory, you know.
I have met so many people who have been wanting to come to Powerhouse, and what I'd tell them is Powerhouse is a family, because obviously if your name is so great out there are gonna be good things about you, there are gonna be bad things about you, but once you're in, you see the beauty about it. It's going to impact you so well in your life, personal life, in your personal life, in your extracurriculum life, in your social life, and you're going to have so many advantages out of it. It's not like you're doing all that your talent can make you do, per se, but it's teaching you how to live with others. It's teaching you how to work with others. It's teaching you how to socialize with people who you're in the same genre, you're in the same field of work, and yeah, and you're going to meet so many big people. Yeah, that's what I'd tell them. Just work towards your dream. Never let go. Never feel like she's better than me, I can't do it. He's better than me, I can't do it. Just close your eyes and follow your dreams. Yes.
When we go back to Powerhouse, I believe that my work as a member in Powerhouse is to elevate those who are beginning and those who haven't grasped and those who want to learn, and elevate them to the best of the best. I love to see when someone wasn't that well on stage being the best in the stage,
Powerhouse contributing to the community. I feel like there are so many people there who have helped in different sectors, be it in the elderly homes, the orphanages, especially the Simama na Mtoto. They usually go to different children homes where they cook, they have pageants, they have gifts for the children, and half of the Simama na Mtoto team are members of Powerhouse. Many of my friends are there. Not only that, but also there's another organization from just a student here in Kenya Mass who they usually go and visit, just the same thing. So from that, you see, it's not just a club, but they also have a helping hand to the maybe the less privileged, or whoever can't, they have a helping hand to whoever they want.
There are a number of challenges. One, these kids, of course, when they come to school, they have come to do academics. And we don't train theatre as a course. We train theatre as a unit within film production and television and radio theatre. So you find that we take much time. And of course, to be able to perform very well, you know very well that you require a lot of time in terms of research, in terms of scripting, in terms of casting, in terms of audition and casting. And then the very bigger part of it is rehearsal. And so that we take a lot of time in the rehearsal session at the expense of the academic program. So I find that at some point I collide with some of their faculty members in terms of availability of the students in their respective classes, in their respective projects. So that would be one of the challenges I have, because one, they are supposed to perform. That is for co-curriculum, as it were. Then they are supposed to be in class. But surprisingly, I will tell this for free, that those students who show their ability to perform in drama, in Powerhouse, and given the fact that most of their senior members who are here earlier, alumni, are out there in the industry, they are the same people who come over and pick them. So there's a lot of networking, as it were, in Powerhouse. And that's why any person that I'm mentioning about was picked by a senior member who was in KMC earlier, was in Powerhouse. I have no problem if I would push someone to Abel Mutua. I have no problem if I push somebody to, say, OJ, or Philip Karanja, or Njugush, or Aziad. They pick them knowing that these are our very own. If somebody came from another school, they are likely not to pick them, but they will pick somebody coming from KMC. If you came from KIMC, the likelihood of being picked if you are in Powerhouse is so very high. Because these gentlemen and ladies always come around when you are rehearsing, or they come and join us when you are when you are performing. And if they are able to see talent for themselves and want to pick it for themselves, it will be much easier for me to make a reference with somebody I've seen on stage than somebody I've not seen on stage. You asked me about the talent, and I told you that our talent cuts across. You don't have to be the main actor for you to make an impact. I do remember Habakkuk, that is Jugush, in 2012, when he was an extra in our play, the Battle Royale. We were in Nairobi, the Bomas of Kenya.
Habakkuk! Habakkuk! Yes, my God! Habakkuk! Yes, my God! Habakkuk, go out and call the people. I'll tell them that their next leader is calling them for a meeting.
And that time, Jugush had been given no space at all in the play. But then we realized that he was basically a very comical individual because of, one, his size and body and even color. And he was identified to be a caretaker of the royal family. And of course, the guy who was given the secrets of the royal palace. Jugush, even as much as he was given a very minimal part in that play, Jugush was able to manipulate that little role he was given, and he emerged the best performing artist in that play. And Jugush's kind of act is subtle, full of comedy, and his comics come from his anatomy, his body. Less with voice, but more with the body. And that, of course, had to catapult Jugush to where he is. He had ways of manipulating his body. He had ways of just appearing on stage by the look at the audience. He would actually provoke some kind of laughter. And I thought that was the best character, the best person in terms of character that we have had actually on stage since I began managing Powerhouse. Something also very important, as I said earlier, is that we don't nurture, we don't buy talent, we nurture talent. Is that there's been some times where we have used even for first years to be able to script and direct, and I want to remember quite well James Kahindi and Ali Mochuo, when they were in first year, they were able to write and direct the award-winning production. I also am also very much aware about Ronald Maroso, of course, having learned through the trades of Ali Mochuo and James Kahindi. He also began writing and directing our productions, and even up to now. And then Sydney Muhando, who he works at NTV. The guy is still able to come and do the ideation for creative dance and even do choreography. So Kenya's mass communication powerhouse, we maintain our own strengths and our own former strengths, understand the kind of talent we have, and understand the caliber of the people they are coming to train. It's difficult to train powerhouse. You just have to be one of them to know how to train them. Because one, they are full of talent. And anybody who has been in powerhouse understands how then to bring that talent to blossom. There's somehow we have referred to powerhouse to be more of cultic. You know, a cult can be removed from your system. If you're a member of a family, it's difficult for you to go out there and do other things. In fact, the former powerhouse members would rather train a high school and not train a college. They have never envisaged a situation where you train a college which is going to compete KMC. So we are a family, and this family is more or less interwoven, and we have actually even developed our own anthem. And the moment you begin having an anthem, the moment you begin to pray together, you develop a cultic approach to things, and that is the kind of web that has actually has held, or glue that has held powers together. And I can be able to tell you for free that more than 22 years down the line, the system still goes. Somebody who was in powers 22, 23 years ago, some of them are even ministers. You are a minister, you are a senior government officer, and you can still come over to train. You are a top journalist, you are a top cameraman in a top media house, and you can be able to take your time even after clearing or wrapping off your program, say at 9 o'clock, at night after news, you come over and train us. What kind of system is that? That system is what I'm going to call cultic, something that brings people together. We pray together, we sing anthem together, powers anthem together, and we travel together. When we are going for an outing, we are going to Mombasa. Some of our colleagues who are our alumni, they take leave, and their leave is based around our calendar. Somebody will take leave for 10 days to come to Mombasa. Instead of taking leave to go to your shamba or go to Dubai, you are taking leave to come and stay with us and assist us to train and perform well. Who else has this kind of understanding? Nobody has. And Powerhouse, as it were, was crafted by the then Minister of Education, George Saitoti, when we were in Kisumu. When trophies were being given to us, every time he's giving a trophy to KMC, then he said, this must be a Powerhouse. Then the name Powerhouse was coined out of that. When we have just won Ecos, the play, with the Fred Indumuli. Fred Indumuli is one of the best journalists we have in this country. From classic going on to KTN to KBC Classics. that time we developed the word powerhouse. And powerhouse is not our own word. It was coined by the then Minister of Education, Professor Joyce Saitoti. And we took it over, and everybody calls us powerhouse. And we are proud of that. So that is what I would take for that. It's moral for our family.